even hit the ground.
I asked Jenkins earlier, Jenkins, what would you do if like someone was to release a rabies-infested cat inside the arena and he just said, I would eat it?
I would catch it, kill it, and eat it. That is pretty much what he said. No one is more feral than me. I am an animal. Word for word quoted out of Jenkins' mouth. It would definitely be one of those two that would win past the pig. This game, though, this draft you have on your screen is between EG and Tundra. We saw EG take game number 1 in a very, very convincing fashion. So now this draft, we've seen a little bit of a way through, but what is Tundra hoping to get out of this draft? What do they need to change up in some of the downfalls?
Fight back.
Fight back.
Fight back.
That's it. That's all they have to
Don't
do.
let EG push you around, boys. They, I think their support duo was a lot weaker than EG's last game.
I think Slacks ruined this panel.
Yeah, I don't know. Slacks isn't even here in person, and somehow it's just been derailed.
The spirit lingers.
She's on the Texan accent too.
I'm sorry, I need to get rid of it. Just get back to my roots.
Yeah.
Alright.
Refocused.
Bottle of water. We're good.
What do you think about the Dawnbreaker Razor opener? Huh?
I like it a lot. I think it, like last game, my main issue was the Chen and the Shadow Shaman were much slower as a duo than EG's supports. I thought the EG would just be able to move around the map faster, do much more with less levels and farm, and I think that Tundra suffered as a result. So Razor, Dawn, already off to a much better start.
It is putting the Dawn into a support position, most likely, right? They could still even put
Razor could be.
It could be mid. No, wait, the Dawn could go mid. It could go carry.
That's true too.
Europees really loved Dawn in the mid lane. I feel like
there was even Dawn position 1 at some point, right? Like,
that's true. Yeah.
We've seen some teams play it.
Yeah.
What
I was gonna say which team did it, and then I realized they're not doing so well at the major, so I'm not gonna mention their name.
It's respectable.
But yeah, the Dawn Razor can be moved anywhere. The Marcy though. Do you feel that for EG this is just a double support opening, or the Marcy could go into a potential
I
Fish
would
3?
like this to be a crit Marcy, yeah.
Yeah,
I would really enjoy a position 4 Marcy with a Dazzle 5. Don't overcomplicate things. Keep everything simple.
Yeah, because the important thing here is that EG have second pick, which means that the strength of their draft comes in the second and third phases where they can counter pick Tundra. By picking 2 supports here, it basically means that Tundra's first phase, which like their strength is they get that ultimate pick at the end of first phase where they get to counter the opening really hard. You have 2 supports, there's nothing to really counter hard. Like you just don't get that gotcha like my core is better than your core and now I get to ban to protect it. So yeah, like EG's gonna have to show a core now coming into the next phase, but
it's very interesting that they ban out the CK after the first game as well. So no longer focusing only on 33. We now have a couple of safe laners as well banned out by EG.
Do you feel that maybe EG could be trying to attempt to put Skitter on a hero that he's not very comfortable with? Do you think that's possible?
I think their opening is just weaker to CK than last time.
Alright.
The Marcy and the Dazzle both like suffer a little bit against the illusions.
What are you laughing
I
at?
don't know, Lizard. You're ruining the professionalism of my major panel.
I hear voices. What can I do?
Oh,
I'm hearing voices.
Oh, do you want us to call someone for a little bit of help for you?
I could get Jenkins here because he's got really good
No, I don't think that would
voices
help.
in his
Voices in his head.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need people with experience.
Well, you could just form a support group, I think, and then we get the Pig Wrangler Suns fan involved, and I think you could get a lot of help.
What I'm laughing at is I'm just loving all the bands, Sheeple. That's what I am.
Oh yeah, I love bands. That really gets me going in the morning. Nothing like waking up and ready for those goddamn bands.
Yeah, but it gives you like a small window into like, window to look at what they are actually planning to do.
And what do you see through that window?
Nothing, right?
It's nighttime outside, bro.
The curtain's closed and I can't see anything through this window.
Yeah, it's a window, but there's a wall right on the other side.
Yeah, that is funny. Why is there a wall outside my window? That's hilarious. Thanks so much for that.
Well, now we know what his view is from the hotel.
Okay, well, for me, EG, their bans just look to sort of protect their supports, and this, like the Weaver, the CK, they can't deal with illusions, they can't deal with like backline kind of disruptors right now. And Weaver is something Tundra have been playing a lot this tournament. I think Skitter has played it at least 3 times to varying success. I'm not the biggest fan, but it is their comfort. So yeah, they are targeting Skitter a little bit more this game.
You can look at it this way as well. You have Dazzle and Marcy. These two, yeah, they have some catch in the Marcy, but it's not necessarily the Weaver catch. You have the Death Prophet as well here with the Dazzle, which is nice. You can use that Grave on her so that she can perhaps survive. Use BKB, use her ulti, heal up with that ulti. But that Prophet here is also good versus the Razor. Like you want to find a hero that you can just link up and follow around. You can't do that versus that Prophet because she pops the ulti and it actually kills you before you even take the damage away.
Visage! I'm super excited for this Visage. Before the next pick comes out, when we talk about the Visage though, something that I'm noticing, no tiny ban, no tiny pick. I know EG already have their support openings, but do you think there is a way it fits in either draft, or are we just ignoring it now?
Probably not Tundra. I think EG's heroes deal with tiny pretty well. I mean, they're most likely putting this Dawn as a support, right? So it's gonna lane with this Visage, I think. It's a very strong lane. They don't need a tiny as a 4 here. EG as well, I think they have both their supports. So they could core tiny if they feel like it, but I don't see a lot of burstable heroes on either side that makes tiny worth it for me.
Even if they decide to pick Tiny on the side of Tundra, like with Visage, it's a strong lane, right? And it's a hero that can leave Visage and rotate around mid, which leaves Visage to get that level 6 a little bit faster and makes him even more active. A ton of burst between him or the Dawnbreaker. They instead go with an Ogre,
I'm super excited for this. I actually haven't seen an Ogre played yet.
Well, you're not watching Thunder Awakened because that is like Panda Boo's one of his favorite heroes.
I'm like sitting there trying to like consume all 4 games at once, and it's tough.
I think it's outsiders that are playing it as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Perhaps not at the major, but yeah, they play Ogre quite a bit overall.
It's cool. It's definitely, it fits this like, I'm tanking for my core in this region, like we can't share region, so I will tank for you and regen myself.
I see.
Yeah, between like, you know, his armor, his natural health regen, he's very good at that. He also just is quite powerful. His stuns are good. Right now Tundra were lacking some just like standard stuns, so Ogre does help with that. And you're going to be buffing your cores, which is very powerful, like the Visage and the, I think you can Bloodlust the birds, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so like really nice synergy between the heroes here. And these supports duos, assuming Dawn is still going as a support, exactly what I wanted. These can just go run into a fight. They can go mid, they can fight, they have great spells.
Okay, so you definitely are liking Tundra, the direction they're heading right now, a lot more than in game 1.
For sure.
Cool. On the side of EG, they're thinking about their last pick. Just kidding, it's coming out now. Nature's Prophet. It got banned out in the last phase last time, so they couldn't last pick it.
It's still pretty solid. Like it's a hero that can lane decently well into the Razor. Kind of forces the Razor into Plasma Field, right? Maxing out it a little bit earlier. It gives you multiple damage instances against the Visage. But wait, if this is a Visage offlane, we are talking about Razor safe lane now, right? For Tundra, that's how we're looking at it. Most likely, this should be your Skitter Razor.
Yeah. Or I mean, I guess 9 could take it mid.
Where do you like it a little bit more though?
I'd rather see it on the long lane, on the safe lane.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like overall on the mid lane, Razor used to be a thing. It used to be much better than it is right now. There's just the towers reach way too high, right? Like the range is way too big, and the Razor doesn't really get to play his game the way he does on the safe lane, at least.
Like I don't think there's like an amazing carry that's worth like kind of sacking Razor to mid, but. It's Tundra, maybe.
Maybe they see something we don't see.
I mean, I like 9's hero pool so much that I would be more down to see his hero come out last. I wonder, is Wyvern still in the pool? Because that could be fun.
It is, yes.
I would be okay with it.
Okay, why the Wyvern?
Well, first of all, it's really good at halting, like, death ball-y kind of lineups. It's going to be able to defend your towers really well, because right now you don't have a hero that's that good at it. It's also like a long-range hero to kind of match up against the Nature's Core. It's good percentage damage against a hero like DP. I guess she's not the massivest hero pool, she's more about healing, but it can buy a vessel if the supports don't want to. I just think it's nice, and I think 9 is really good at it.
Okay. Is there anything else bar the Wyvern that could also stand out?
For Tundra?
Yeah.
It depends the way they want to lane. Like, if they want to switch up their lanes a little bit, they could even get... look at EG, they're just banning out 9 heroes, so they're expecting the mid laner, right?
Oh, Kotal would have been really great as well,
Kotal would be nice. You have this Prophet that can TP behind you, but it doesn't truly matter, you're just so fast.
Yeah.
But by the time he TPs, you're on the other side of the map. Any sort of a playmaker, really, for me.
I mean, Void's still in the pool as well, but you like the Winter Wyvern a bit more?
I would be fine with either. I agree with you, like a playmaker's all good. Like we said, they were lacking stuns and the Ogre sort of filled that. Another one would be good. Anything that can help lead into this Dawnbreaker ult. Hoodwink. Oh my god. Alright, I don't know who's going where. Is this a Dawn mid or is this a Hoodwink mid?
Yeah, I think it's the first 3 heroes should be your cores, right?
Yeah.
But knowing Tundra, it might be a curveball with some crazy Hoodwink.
Yeah, I would love a mid Hoodwink, just having watched Thompson Enjoyer, Hoodwink mid. Let's get it, baby.
Okay.
I believe most likely these 3 are the cores.
Yeah, I agree.
And they just last picked their 2 supports. Now, EG, they have to think about dealing with the Visage as well, because they don't really have any true heroes in the Visage counter department. And they kind of already locked in their offlane. Now the question is, do you perhaps rotate the Dead Prophet on the mid lane and you pick one of these bulkier frontliners like a Tide, like an Underlord that can actually stand and defend against the Visage?
Is there any other offlaners that could work really well for the Visage, or any just direct Visage counters?
I've always really liked Monkey King against Visage, just because the birds really suffer in the Wukong's command and like physical damage in general, you just kind of bonk them. If they wanted to put that, if they imagine the Dawn's going mid, maybe you could put Monkey there against it and have the DP still go off lane.
They go with the Void.
Very classic.
They pick up the Void themselves, yeah.
The playmaker for them, and then you put the Dead Prophet on the offlane most likely, which is the case.
Yep.
All right, let's see Tundra. Let's see Tundra.
Let's talk a little bit more about EG, their overall draft, while we're waiting for Tundra to pick their lanes.
Yeah, they're taking their time, man.
Yeah.
Completely in the meta. Like, their draft is how I imagine the major meta to look like. Like, you have the Marcy, the Dazzle, flavors. Like, that Prophet did fall off a little bit, but has been picked up.
It's mid.
It is mid-hood.
Yeah, hype, my friends.
Is this the potential? Let's think about it, right? A new hero mid, it's Hood now. Visage has a great win rate right now. He is looking really good in the meta, in the major. Is this Tundra's recipe for success?
This could be. They have loads of damage. They just go, go, go. This is like a very, like, they're going to be running it in EG's face.
I just love your enthusiasm, but it's still a Hoodwink mid. Like,
it has potential. You get like that Maelstrom. You're doing so much magical damage.
It does. The problem with Hoodwink is always the same. Like, you're the worst glass cannon in the game. You're really strong, but the moment you're caught, you're dead. And they don't have any saves for her.
All right. They have a Dawn ult. What do you mean? Stay mad. Stay mad, hater. Let's see how it plays out.
I was going to say, the non-believer in Tundra's win. We're going to see what Lyrical and Trent think, who they think is going to be taking game number 2 as we head over to him.
Thank you so much, Nat. Man, somebody's a Thompson enjoyer, somebody's not. That's what I'm hearing over there.
That's what I have to say, yeah. The Hoodwink coming out at the end. So we've seen it a few times in pro matches. Weehaw, I believe, also bringing it out quite a bit. Talk about Weehaw and Thompson. And definitely a glass cannon, though, like Lizard said. You know, there's a reason why he's staying mad, because sometimes that hero stays pretty bad. You know, dies just caught a single time.
Come up with that on the spot? Look at that.
That's what I'm here for.
So good.
Wow. You know, what can I say? Mad and bad, they rhyme, guys.
Good.
It's crazy stuff. Okay, it is a support Dawnbreaker, though, so the saves aren't like quite as good. The domination in the lane, though, can also be just as strong. Position 4 or position 3 with the right pairing, Dawnbreaker can be just as scary to play versus. And there is a Visage in this Dawnbreaker's lane.
This is what I wanted to talk about, and this was the thing that I was seeing in the draft that just looks horrifying to play against, particularly against the Nature's Prophet, right? This hero that wants to like whittle away and poke you, prod you with the trance. You get the soul assumption thrown out there. You have the hammer that gets thrown. Any extra harassment that you try and do against Dawn or Visage just ends up being more damage thrown in your face. I don't know how the hell Arteezy's going to lane this. And in case people haven't noticed, the Arteezy NP, it's been a little bit rough for him. He's picked it 2 times in the major so far. Both of those games have been losses. And we'll see if he can get a little bit better fortune this time around. Because obviously, like the panel was talking about earlier on, it was picked in the earlier phases. Again, a little bit later in this draft.
Snake King doing some ward checking here. And yeah.
Nailed it.
So that's what we've been talking about this whole time. That's what he's doing, the triangulation. Nice. No denies there. So very well done. Good maneuver to kill that mid ward. And have they? Yeah, they've already placed the other one up by the Roche pit to scout for rotations plus runes. So no mid ward this time. They'll put one down for Tundra as they head towards Crit's Mercy.
The battle begins.
And Snake King moves on in. Did not want to skill up the stun. So that will be 2 and 2. You know, the panel was talking a lot about the idea of, like, you know, this being a Tundra draft. And I think that's something to keep in mind. Like, as much as last time around you had the CK, you had these other elements that were good to it, I feel like these super wonky mid heroes that you know, are paired together with like Visage or like any 3/3 micro hero that can sort of snowball the game. That's when I would like to see Tundra at their best.
Yeah, it's funny because you think Brew like makes a lot of sense compared to the Visage and stuff with like the micro and stuff, but I think that those timings didn't work that well. I think 3/3 had a pretty hard game on the Brewmaster too, in terms of like I don't think he was flawless in the fights with some of the micro between like the Storm Pan and everything and the toss-ups. I felt like he just wasn't quite there, whereas you see him on something like this Visage and he just absolutely crushes.
Whoa, maybe we're not so true on this. As you can see, the early pressure. I mean, to be fair, both heroes, all four of them, very low. And that hammer gets thrown out. Fly might be going down. A Soul Assumption back again and barely able to survive through that. Yeah, that is the danger.
That was so close. That's what these branches are for, ladies and gentlemen. Every little stat gonna count.
Goodness gracious.
Time to tango back up and go for a second volley, though, pretty soon, right? Especially when they hit level 2, as Soxa will obviously double in strength.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold the heck on. What? 9?
He got bushwhacked.
He got bushwhacked.
You know, sometimes you just get bushwhacked.
That is huge. All right. Never let it be said that we're going to doubt the hoodwink mid again.
Well, I mean, if you play this hero support, too, you can recognize the early game is just ridiculous. This hero is just so, I'll say, it's dumb.
Yeah.
Like, you play this hero, you feel so strong. I giggle every time that I'm on it because I just can't believe how much damage I'm outputting and like how difficult it is to lane versus. So you can see how you can get away with a lot in the laning stage.
Oh, walking the dog. Skidder doing a good job. They do eventually get the dispose off and throwing Snaking into Skidder instead. So that was a good play there by Crit to make sure he didn't end up dying because otherwise didn't have an out. But you can see that constant pressure going on, and Abed dropping down low again, dodges the remnant. Some more deeps coming through. The taunt's there, and 9 gonna have to let him go. But 10-2 versus 10-5. Meanwhile, goes on in for the finish. Fly will drop. This is an action-packed early game.
Yeah, certainly is. Soxa now running for a suicide to the neutrals by the looks of it as well, because as the support, you just want to utilize all your resources as fast as possible, and then just get back with Fulton.
Does Dazzle know? Does he TP to there?
Hey, actually, his courier is there.
Oh,
Oh, he can't see it on the ward. That would have been so funny. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that would have been wild.
Yeah, but so if you do it to the neutrals, the timer's way longer. So instead he does it to the tower, so you know they're going to share the bounty. He waited long enough to ensure that there wouldn't be an actual kill bounty. And that's how you do it.
Meanwhile, Bushwhack as well as the Remnant. Couple more trades of the right clicks. So far, doing a pretty good job of keeping even with Abed, despite having that like disadvantage in terms of lasting potential. And up top, Crit. Forced back by Snaking and Skidder yet again. And Nightfall having a pretty good time here. 18-2 versus that 14-1.
Yeah, in preparation for the major, this is one of those lanes that I would consider to have been like a pretty iconic in the prep. I'm sure in a lot of the scrims. In fact, it's these. Oh, look at this.
Good stun. Oh, well played by the Ogre. Snaking able to make that move and save his Razor.
I mean, that's one of the benefits of the Ogre in this meta versus the Marcies and the Dawnbreakers, because they just need that little interruption to break their combos just like that, and you can really punish these aggressive dives that both those heroes want to go for. But this concept of the rebound plus Razor or the rebound plus Death Prophet and getting that bonus movement speed is something that I'm sure a lot of teams are prepared for. So having the Ogre to be there to try and interrupt these dives is very important.
Oh, and as much as we've been sort of heralding the type of damage that you can do in this bottom lane, we're seeing 3-3 still struggling and actually going to drop here. So only 11 last hits on him so far. RTZ 16-9. Some of those might have been his own treants, but he's definitely getting what he wants out of this laning stage, as they haven't really been able to punish.
No, and that's huge too, because you want to get those initial kills and like keep the ball rolling. Whereas up top, they're attempting to do the same thing here. Can't get the dispose though. Fire Blast will get the spacing there for Snaking, and will salve right back up too. So continuing the pressure, but burning through some of their mana resources. And now though, you have to be careful down bottom as back to fall, and careful mid as well, of course, as Abed gets pretty low.
Yeah, the taunt connects. 9 continues to battle and try and whittle him down.
Gets good bounce.
Dude, is he still going in there? He is just bullying. I mean, the other thing to watch out for is that 9 is going to hit 6 before the Void Spirit.
Yep.
So he keeps getting these denies right in his face.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for Abed too, because he wants to hang around for the 6-minute rune, but he's also very low.
He reveals that there's
it's getting low.
A ward in the area there. And
you know, 9 actually was out of mana and couldn't do the bushwhack there, which gave the time for the tree cut.
And Crit hoping for it, disposes out. 9 low, but still fine.
He's
Gets
6.
jumped. Snake King stun. A chance for a turnaround potentially. Can they kill anybody off here? Doesn't look like it.
He's just a little shy on mana there. Was back up though in time. He had was able to hit the acorn shot. That could have been pretty bad with the sharpshooter after.
Yeah.
But 6 minutes still approaching. They're going to reward that spot by the Roche Pit from Crit here. Keep an eye on these 6-minute runes. And talk about Spirit Heroes wanting these runes and to play off of them. I imagine 9 is in a very similar boat, right?
Yeah, he's got to be.
Radiant are scanning.
Rune. It's down bottom, a DD. Oh, this is murder if they can get there in time.
It's max damage 550.
9 trying to run over. Is he going to be able to get there? Looks forward. The bushwhack onto both. The big old hit comes through. So they will take Snake King, but 9 will get his due.
All right.
As the chase comes out, double for the Hoodwink.
All right, so what was so important there is that Snake King waited until 9 was coming because he stunned the Void Spirit when he did the acorn shot, right? To guarantee that the tree would stay.
Yeah.
He didn't want him to be able to cut the tree there because every player versus the Hoodwink ganks, they just mash, like, quick cast the Quelling Blade near them because they know that tree's coming in, right?
Is under attack.
Really well played by Snake King.
Gets
And,
the D ward too after from 9 as well.
I mean, it's the combo.
Oh, and 2 bounty. All right, come on. What is this?
The squirrel is rich.
This is the best 2 minutes of his life.
This is a good one for 9. He's having a good time. Tundra, things looking a lot better in game number 2 than it did in game 1. But likewise, they are going to make another rotation and try and find a little bit of a punish here onto the Dawnbreaker. Does he get the hammer away? He does. Okay, now the turn onto Crit. Finds the stun. Another soul assumption in a second, but the grave is already out. Arteezy moves on in. Crit will actually hide away in the fog. 3-3 goes all the way, and he's going to commit with a rebound away. 3-3, he can't find him. Oh, Crit. How are you going to do that to him?
Oh, we got great plays happening all over the map right now. It's unfortunately not a great play to ward on top of the enemy observer. So now we'll get scouted out on that one, I believe. Perhaps both of them getting scouted because it was so close to each other's up top. Stun into the link here. Nightfall is just going to TP.
All of that rotation down bottom. It turned into an opening up top, but they can't put the finishing touches on it, as DP just TP's out in their face. Although Fly, he's going to have to pop Grave here if he wants to live. Does go for a turn away, and in the end, Socks are there to clean up.
Man, in the meantime, though, 3-3, only level 4.5 right now. Needs this space desperately down bottom, so you definitely like all the attention Tundra's putting up top, as well as a deep ward here in behind.
This hero is just so worthless until you get 6.
It does not feel great.
Yeah. Went for the 2 points in Grave
Socks
Chill.
runs back out into the wave.
The rest of Tundra
look at
showing
this.
up. They
Yeah,
want to
they're
go
baiting.
on to Nightfall. Crit's there as well. Rebound, open to escape. Yeah, he's still pretty quick. That rebound basically is a haste rune.
And in behind, Abed's moving through with the Invis rune. Wants to try and cut them off here.
I mean, this is a bold move. But if they can get it, I mean, Snake King, it's not the best kill in the world, but it's
No.
something. Still, Exo used, and probably won't get the tower off of that. So something doing.
Continues to make space 4-3-3 though. Almost able to get level 6.
And Arteezy queuing up the golden glove. He's ready. Got the Midas on the sights. So they are looking to scale into the later stages as 9. Will not get caught by that remnant. Instead, it's going to find Snake King.
Dire's top tower
But yeah,
is under
I mean,
attack.
you sort of look at the way that this game has gone for Tundra. Things looking pretty solid. And a smoke up now as they will attempt to make a play happen up on the top side here. Find Nightfall.
All right, we got Tangos on Nightfall. Maybe he gets a sick cut on the tree. He's trying to wait. Oh, it's
They're all together. 9, he gets there just a second too late, and now taunted, now jumped on. Glass cannon done. And the rest of Tundra might be soon to follow. A double for Abed. Crit lives through all of it. Oh my god.
That was really nice. They've done a great job of controlling that vision with all the sentries around here. They had full confidence too. Like moving up here as EG, they even smoked to ensure it. And they got caught because Hoodwink needs this, right? You want these fights. You want to utilize this power that you have because you have such an overwhelming amount of magic damage right now. You want these what look like free kills.
And, I mean, they were so grouped together. If you did throw that bushwhack out at that exact moment, it would have been, like, such a big win. But the quickness The reactions, and EG taking the tier 1 tower top. There is some counter pressure being mounted on the bottom side as 3-3 has gotten his familiars alive. And Tundra hoping to get some counter objective play here, which looks like they will manage to get.
Yeah, and that's something about Visage too, where the hero definitely pops off once you're able to get into the Wraith Pact. Tends to happen around like 15, 13 minutes. Sometimes you have a really good game. This one's probably going to be a little bit slower for 3-3, unfortunately. Maybe that can help out for 9 and some chance of surviving.
Yeah, they need something like that for sure. I mean, the reality for me at least is I feel like Tundra have to be the ones on the front foot. If they get caught, I mean, they need everybody. The fights need to be like perfect, and this is a pretty good way to make it work. They can jump immediately
Get
on
down,
a crit.
Mr. President.
Dude, he saved him! Oh, 9 will get the kill on a crit in the end. But they salvage the big save there on Abed.
Sometimes you just gotta save your carry, you know?
True.
Your core player. Dive in the way of that sharpshooter. And to the mid tower they will go. So Bird's here to help out. Glyph is forced, already taking the tier 1 the bottom lane. They're gonna move in here while RTZ just farms up those ancients. Wrath of Nature coming through though. Ouch. Kind of season them up a little bit. And that puts the threat to Tundra. So they're gonna back up here. Move back towards some of their saver positionings. Yeah. Fly drawing interesting line here on the map, just saying like this is our safety zone.
Stay there.
Yeah.
That is kind of interesting. I wonder if they're attempting to. I mean, again, you've got a Midas NP, like. Oh, nice little courier snipe there. Abed, not happy with it.
I think it's more of a matter of like, you know, there's pressure on Tundra. So it's not like you're playing super passive, but you're just playing reactive, would maybe be a better way to put it, because you know there's pressure on Tundra to do something. Yes. Mostly they want to come to that mid tower. So as long as everyone is nearby and able to actually assist when the play starts, then it's still very difficult for Tundra, even if they have these heroes that are well suited for this point of the game. 9 really has to wait before he has the Gleipnir. Really one of the only heroes that can get away with purchasing this first these days.
That's the classic French too, right? That's
yeah, yes, I believe.
That's how it sounds. You would know.
6th century.
As the Canadian.
Yeah. It's Scandinavian. We should be asking the observers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dire are scanning.
Just give us a heads up or a heads no if this is. So do we pronounce it right? No. Okay. All right. That's not bad. Sorry.
Gleipnir, right?
Bad.
Come on, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
see?
there it is.
I know the real one.
That's what's up, man. Well done.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As you said, the line that they drew is oddly accurate. You see Tundra is in the exact place where EG was saying, just let them have that. Yeah. And they know exactly where they're going to play it. So game going the way that EG sees
and look
it,
where
at least.
Fly is, right? Like, Fly is just standing in this spot saying, I don't care if I die.
Yeah.
I care if you guys die.
Yeah. Top Bud.
He's about to step into that dire vision, though. There's an observer right next to 9.
Yeah, gotta play it safe a little bit. Just run a bit back, but a smoke up now.
Fly. He's drawn a line. He said, "You guys go gank." He said, "They're all up top. I found them." He's commanding. He's the director.
Dude, I remember, you know, Stockholm Major at EG. They struggled day 1, and they kept struggling. They've turned it around here.
Here they go on to 3-3 down bottom.
And will they be able to find him?
Fly's so smart.
Yes, indeed.
He drew the line. They went to do it. Look, another line.
Go. They're coming in this way. They're coming for us.
Dude, this guy, he's got the tablet pen instead of a mouse. He's just drawn on the map.
He's out of there. Fly gets the slow down on the Snake King, but they won't go for any more. But that is an Exo used, and Nightfall looks like he wants to get something out of this. I mean, we'll see if they actually decide to make a move on Tundra. It's a little bit scary for EG to be pressuring out like this.
Fly should, start playing fighting games. He's got the reads,
It's true.
He's in the know. He should be at Evo right now. What's he doing here?
Well, I did see the prize pool differential, if I'm to be honest, so that might have hit him where it hurts a little bit.
That's harsh. That's pretty savage. Up top, though, 9 looking to get back in this game. That is the target.
This is the way that they got to do it. And Arteezy, he's going to get caught.
He was not looking at the arrows.
That's right.
On the map,
True enough. Well, nonetheless, Nature's Prophet can go where he wants. So Tundra find a little bit of an opening, but likewise that big rotation up does mean that, they are getting a little bit of damage onto the the tier 1 tower mid lane.
Radiant's top
At some
tower
point,
is under
Tundra can't
attack.
force a fight where EG have to bring more numbers, I would say, by approaching the Roche pit. It's
Yeah.
not really out of their realm of possibility just because they have the Visage on their lineup here.
Oh, Dota Plus. They're
Yeah.
liking what Tundra's doing.
I think that's pretty accurate. A fairly good spot is what you would want to be doing with this lineup right now. And here comes that Vlad's now out for 3-3. Again, not a super dominating Visage game, unfortunately. Pretty far behind, honestly. You're used to having Wraithbacks around now, honestly. Just had a bad lane. It's not the mid Visage. It's not the safe lane Visage that you saw from like Dahak. He is taking it a bit slow.
True.
But still very strong point in the game for the hero. Don't get me wrong, especially with something like a Razor on your team, right?
And even the Hoodwink, you know?
Yeah.
You get some pretty good damage out there from the shots.
Dire's middle
Acorns,
tower is under
very
attack.
strong. Saksa
Dire's structures
will
are fortified.
back out as they do see that Nightfall's still sitting there mid. And no real moves being made. Abed does the double jump forward. Crits there as well. If they could get 9, that would be big. They move in with Arteezy, but the scurry away, tries to hide, jumps out, 9! Oh, he's a glass cannon, but he's pretty swift with it. Gets away.
That was really important for Tundra. They need him to stay alive because they're at a very pivotal point in the game right now because EG are trying to get this BKB down on Arteezy, and then he's going to be really strong in these fights. Like, if the link is already off, for example, and he just TPs into the fight, there's not a whole lot that pressures him as long as he's in, like, a relatively secure spot, right? With a couple allies around, he's going to become that turret in the middle of these engagements where he just TPs in, he BKBs, he right-clicks, has a heavy damage nuke. They just want to stabilize on Tundra, grab a pick, and go Roche.
And right now, at least, EG hoping to stop that from happening. Abed and Crit both set up right next to Saksa. If he steps a couple moves forward, they will go on him, but not willing to dive underneath the tower.
And they feel secure sort of preparing for this with that ward up on the high ground, too, to watch for these sneaky little plays from 9 coming through the tree line.
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody heads over, they're going to be able to catch him. And that is where Hoodwink wants to play. So they'll dodge that. Philosopher's Stone picked up for the Razor. So Tundra also have some extra little bits of gold coming into their side. We'll see who actually ends up claiming that in the end.
It's double BKBs, though. Nightfall
Yeah.
is delivered. Arteezy's is purchased. It's also on the way
Saksa
here.
jumped on up top with the TP moving in from Arteezy. They will find that Dawnbreaker. And
Radiant are
throws out the Wrath of Nature to finish it off. Gleipnir getting close.
Instant TP mid as well with that hero down. I think they were even considering going for a smoke there by the looks of it.
I mean, they still have this tier 1 tower to take in the mid lane. The Wraith Pack's done. Treants move on in. And Tundra will keep their tower alive still.
All right, so can you force them to at least BKB when they take this tier 1 tower? If they take this tier 1 tower, I thought maybe that's where EG was going to try and pressure. Instead, they're almost looking like the Roche is the way to go here. They're not quite sure, it seems.
Interesting. I mean, that's an arcane rune, so getting that with Roche is really nice. Do have to be a little bit careful about heroes running into the
they've
pit.
all revealed killing the sentry there, right? Now the obs go down. They have the vision control now for Tundra.
EG. They're taking Roche slowly but steadily. Birds give a little bit of vision, but the ghost still hitting Roche. And now they make the move over towards mid. A little bit of mixed messages as far as where they want to go. But at the very least, it wasn't EXO used with an arcane rune.
Tony, because EG are a little concerned about pushing this tier 1 tower. They don't want to wind up in a bad fight, but I think it's also difficult for Tundra to really initiate here, even when they are pressuring their towers, right?
True.
Like, typically when they've been getting kills, it's been snaking just like fire blasting into a bushwhack, and it's not exactly the most reliable source of initiation here. They have the Gleipnir now, of course, and I guess the Atos was there. They didn't end up finding much with it, but...
Gleipnir flying out on the chicken. And Void Spirit trying to get in towards the Aghanim Scepter. It has been very much just a game of keeping their distance, neither team wanting to really fully commit to anything because they know how good the punish is on the other side.
Look at that great ward, by the way, that's still scouting out everything they're doing right now.
Yeah, it's so solid.
They see so much of EG. Everything near the Roche pit, all this courier movement, and then they come. Oh, here we got the classic initiation. There's even a
Nightfall.
tree.
Force the BKB, and they're out.
And run.
I mean, that's really good for Tundra.
Not precisely what you were looking for there. Oh, Sox even digs up a bounty rune. Everything's coming up Tundra.
Interesting. 2K gold lead for them. BKB done for Razor now also.
You know what else I like is Soxa considering the Orchid first. We'll see if he actually winds up with it. I don't think it's necessarily going to be the way to play it, but it could be a good way to punish this.
Up
this
top,
Void
they're
Spirit.
going on him. Crit goes for the initial jump. Abed in has already used one of his leaps, but the Gleipnir going to connect. They find him. Oh, good tree cut by Abed. The break, though, and the rundown doesn't have anywhere else to go. So it was a good Quelling Blade, but they bring overwhelming numbers on Tundra.
Yeah, and he's the hero they can consistently target because he's not going for the BKB.
Yeah. Well, can Tundra take Roche now? I guess
most
they
certainly,
feel
100%.
like they
I mean,
can.
they have this, like, this thing is just... They have Void Spirit dead for 29 seconds. This is free.
So Tundra open up the Roche for themselves, and EG struggling to come up with answers for even the tier 1 tower mid, as they will use the glyph. Nightfall keeps the push on, the pressure there. Gleipnir out. They've got the bushwhack afterwards if they want to use it. BKB was on cooldown for one more second.
Tower is under attack.
I feel like EG really needs this Blink Dagger done on crit. I certainly appreciate that he's not going for the Aether build, because I do think that the Blink is the way to go this match, because I think that their initiation just needs that one first step.
True.
But it's obviously a very difficult hero to farm on. I mean, he's the poorest in the game. He's got less gold than Fly.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. That's with the Philly. I mean, that is one of the problems with Marcy, right? If you don't absolutely knock your lane out of the park, this hero doesn't have great ways to farm. You can kind of push some waves of rebound and other stuff, but the Philly is definitely making up for some of that.
That's a big smoke that they were drawing there from EG. Now they're kind of hanging on near the Roche, but with that Essence Ring, trying to find a room. We'll get an Invis, stunned up, though, from Snake King.
Who do they find? Yeah, Abed backs out. They don't want to fight right now. Crit gets the rebound to run away, but that just means tier 1's open.
Yeah, 3-3 wants to. He's drums it up the birds.
Yeah, they take that quickly. Got the bloodlust on Razor, too. Look at that monster. He is so scary.
Fly is Picassoing the map once again, saying they're going to run down towards URTZ, come up top and help us push this tower. So there he will come. They have lost their obs on the high ground there up top, so Fly's going to reward that, trying to hold his position as they move in. Now, last time they lost Soxa here on this Dawnbreaker, has a fully completed Orchid. Very important hero in these fights now, particularly versus Abed. You don't want to be targeted first as Dawnbreaker. You have a global spell. That would be bad.
And they see that Nightfall's there throwing out the Crypt Swarms, but Abed ready to jump along with Crit. Spots nobody.
Oh my.
Heads on
Oh
through.
my.
In the trees, the smoke is going to break, so can he triangulate it? Will he be able to? Cutting trees, there's some pings back there.
I think that was just him. I was getting a little worried for a second there too.
Does
This
he
is taking
show?
a long time.
Soxa. They're ready. I mean, if they don't get him here, and he just walks away.
And he's burning some of the creeps too.
Dude, what a clutch play by Soxa.
I like how he's not even sure what's going on. He just sees a voice here and he's like, oh, I guess they're probably here, guys.
There's 4 of them up top right now. Meanwhile, all of Tundra is spread out across the map, pushing the tier 2 tower while simultaneously getting farm.
Well, it doesn't seem very good for them there.
No, it seems like a problem, in fact.
Boots of Travel are there as well for 9 in case he wants to rejoin up top here in an instant.
They use the glyph now. And Hammer coming back in.
Oh my goodness, that's a bold TP.
They do find one. Razor in some trouble. He still has that Aegis though. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Skinner, just no fear. And then life steals up afterwards.
That would have been a great use of the Aegis, right? If they can force an engagement and they feel the confidence there, so.
But tier 2 down.
Didn't lose it for free at the very least, so they'd be happy about that.
Hoodwink. 9. Could
Right.
find something. No, he's not going to go for it.
Let's see, he's got 1,740 HP. Not quite, I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe if you get a lot of bounces.
Oh, he had I think that was Essence Ring 2 on Void Spirit, right?
Just keep juicing up that number, huh?
Yeah, it gets
Yeah, there you
bigger.
go, 2,200, boom.
Hard to kill. But a 4,000 gold lead for Tundra. A completely different team than we saw in game number 1. There is one difference, and that's the Dawnbreakers on the other team. It's not the only thing.
Coincidence?
It's one of the ones that stands out to me, if I'm going to be honest.
Dawnbreaker doing well. AC done for EG, though. They'll have that on our TZ.
Tier 1 tower top starts to fall. This Mask of Madness build, pretty cool from Razor. And like you said, almost completing that AC on both him and Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I think that just comes back to having a decent lane as well, right? I feel like Razors have been struggling in a lot of the games that we've seen.
Yeah.
This time it went quite a bit better.
9. Gets caught. Oh, the Remnant hits too. And 9 got a little bit greedy, and that is the danger. You can get blown up very quickly. That was one of those high-risk, low-reward plays we saw right there.
Most certainly was, but the rest of Tundra wrapping around here looking for their own reward. They're going to find Nightfall. Still has a BKB, so not going to be able to engage there. We're just hanging out this game there, ladies and gentlemen.
I think so. I mean, it's that weird combo of like...
It's weak initiation.
Yeah.
We just, you know, there's no Tide Hunter this game.
Although, EG, they do have a little bit better initiation. It might finally be time for them to fight, as they will run in Soxa.
How's their detection for the Silentest Grave Visage?
That's a good point. Aghanim Scepter done for that hero.
Soxa again. Instantly blown up there, though. Both teams with the real quick kill potential.
Yeah. Yeah, the Visage Ags is very interesting. It can really sort of dismantle these supports. If you can get on top of that Dazzle right at the get-go, it will absolutely wreck him. Find people in the back lines, or just getting away.
And of course, Tundra able to take over the outpost on the bottom Radiant jungle, but not an opportunity for EG yet. They have yet to take the tier 2 towers. Perhaps hoping to do that now as they send the treants through that top tower. IT's doing a little bit of micro work here. Just saying like, okay, found the next creep wave. Can you guys go and scare it out? Remnants in behind. This could be their moment.
Dire's top tower is
Looking for it.
Radiant are
it's a slow burn here.
I don't know if Tundra are even going to go, to be honest.
Come on, creeps.
They might not actually come in to contest this.
The scan does connect, and the creeps barely tickle that tower.
Yeah, they just walk in as a big group. And 3-3 heading up through the trees. They are going to get the D-ward there. Again, Nature's Prophet cutting waves on the bottom side and sending more treants everywhere they go. I don't know if these like creep waves have actually met each other in a while.
Yeah,
because both teams are cutting the wave.
No chance to fight an even foe, you know. It's not a fair fight for the creeps in these lanes.
It's kind of ridiculous. I think that, I mean, the thing that's going to be interesting to watch is, like, are Tundra going to feel confident enough to, like, keep up this type of pressure towards that mid-tier 2 tower? Do EG actually ever want to go in for the full-on fight? I mean, it's pretty scary to face Tundra head-on, particularly if it's sort of meeting on their terms.
To me, it comes down to how even this game stays until Abed gets the Aghanims. And who gets this Roche. That's obviously going to be the big one, because it's time to play America's favorite game, Lyrical. Tell me, what time do you think the Aegis will spawn?
I don't think it's anybody's favorite game. It's not even yours. Let's go 22 seconds. I'm a quick one
22
today.
seconds. He's looking for a quickie. All right, I'm going to go with, I feel like Steve Harvey or something.
Yeah, you do.
51 seconds.
Dun, 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 dun. Nightfall?
Should have waited.
Yeah.
At least there's a lot of
that's
downtime. It's kind of killed the hype there.
Anticlimactic. Take a look at 9 and how he's been able to do
I don't even
this
remember what I
far.
said.
5 kills, 2 assists, 2 deaths.
Oh, 31. Right in between us.
That's good.
That's
I
good.
like
Quick
that.
one. Quick one.
Do you think 9 sort of lived up to expectations?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you mean like, oh, you mean this game?
As we find a quick little jump snaking. Low, Hex dead. Now the jump from Crit, Skinner, trying to make the most of it with his BKB Mask of Madness, but the Brave comes out. Keeps him alive a little bit longer. Nightfall looking for more. 9 not able to do enough damage here at all. So they will disentangle from this. The only one going down is the Ogre.
I have some concerns with this build.
Okay.
For 9 with the Mage Slayer. Like he was going for the BKB and then he jumped back for this, and that worries me a little bit. because I see a lot of potential problems without a BKB this game, right? Dazzle's got the shard. You get blink tossed by a Marcy. There's going to be even just a simple silence from the Death Prophet. You do not do a lot of these silence. And guess what? That's why I'm talking about the Aghanims for Abed. Because if he's going to be cutting to that back line and you're getting silenced as this scurrying little squirrel, you're not going to be very happy about it.
No.
Now, keep in mind, though, he is going to have a dumb amount of damage. This truly is the Thompson style, right? You're grabbing these like E-Blade builds and these big explosions because you're not allowed to buy BKB.
It's true. And you look at the way that works. Like for pushing out creep waves, for dealing with the treants, it's pretty important. But even still, if you ever get caught, I mean, I guess that's the thing. Like if he gets caught, even with a BKB, does he survive? Maybe he does. I guess there's some chances that he would. But then you're not doing the damage that you need to deal with, like the DP or what have you.
Well, Tundra gonna smoke up here. Staking leads the way with the Fire Shield Shard.
Crit, gets the blink out. Fly, also running. And the rebound, the escape. Skitter, not gonna pressure for any more. Roche is back up now.
It's such a low cooldown and low cost threat to just rebound someone in like that too, or rebound someone away like that.
Tundra,
too,
you're crazy. Tundra, that is a little bit insane. Silences Roche, runs in. Arteezy completely alone. He backs away now, and Marcy dropped down very low. Abed does manage to find a couple kills. With 2 dead for 1, they found the hoodwink, and that is what they needed. But Arteezy will be pulled back in, and now soon to be brought down, even though he's invis. They find a triple kill on Skinner, looking for more. Nightfall also goes down. I don't know what exactly happened there. I mean, the hoodwink died, but the buyback was important.
Well, they had pretty good vision there from EG to start that fight, right? Now, Arteezy gets to that spot where it looks fairly solid. They hunt down the hoodwink right at the beginning and do force that buyback. But yeah, EG just not able to bring the same numbers back into a secondary round of that fight. Particularly, I think, you know, Arteezy as well just didn't get to do his thing.
Yeah.
They sort of misjudged where the fight was going to be.
He linked immediately on Skinner, and then everybody else had to catch back up.
Yeah, then he just rampaged through the fight as well right after that.
Yeah.
Now he's going to get the shard from Roche too here on that Razor.
Wow. Well, I mean, 7k gold lead, and you have, obviously, the Aghanims on Void. There's some ways that you can make this fight work, but losing that Aegis, it hurts a lot.
Which way to scurry?
Razor going to be big and bad and out of control here.
Oh, fly in the wrong neighborhood right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, look how fast he dies.
And crit there too. He's gonna have to grave himself. Uses it now. 9 still hunting. And they might find this +1. Now they can't get there, it looks like, unless the scurry. Looking. Crit. Ooh, good blink out.
He's pretty speedy, but yeah, still has a blink.
So no dazzle for 60 seconds. And you can see Arteezy, he just has to cut waves. Like, there's nothing else he can do right now, although I think they have a wave mid. Yeah, so they're going to get some damage onto this, and I don't think that they're going to try and go high ground at this point. But maybe, okay, if they find a good fight. Abed brings Saksa very low. The break now on a DP Nightfall. Forced to pop that BKB and run away.
They have Refresher here as well. Very tempting for Skinner to fight.
Move on in. Creeps are here. Somebody needs to stop this. And I'm not seeing an answer yet.
He's got a Bloodthorn now, Saksa? Okay.
TP's back home, ready for the reinitiation if the moment comes to them. But even though they're cutting that next wave, backdoor's down long enough that Tundra, they take the whole racks.
A full set done here from Tundra. Man, very good at rolling with the momentum whenever they get even a small opportunity. They just keep chaining the kills together. The way they instantly, after winning the Roche fight, getting the Aegis, they ran to that lower jungle, took out Fly, sort of taking away one of their heroes, and something pretty important too, right? Between the grave saves and the upgrade with the shard. Getting Dazzle out of these fights, there's a reason why this hero's picked so much right now. It's such a nuisance. And now this ward, spotting everything EG are doing.
Yeah, this is a DD hoodwink too.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad. They bought a gem though. So hopefully they go and kill the wards inside the base before they smoke.
Yeah, Abed. He's just out of range of it. I mean, we'll see. Skitter,
I think Crit
they
found the
run
ward.
right onto Crit. Yeah, and they might realize now the ward's there.
That's right, they were going to get anyway with the gem, so. Tundra just little sheepdogs, you know, they're just herding them back into the base. You guys stay up there, don't worry, we will guard the neutral creeps that we promise. Keep them safe.
scan, they head out the other direction, so they won't find the ward. This is double Bloodthorn done now.
Snaking.
I mean, you got to be very careful.
Ogre do ogre things.
Yes, he does. Also has Boots of Bearing done on the Ogre.
Look what Nine's doing, by the way. Look where he's playing. He's on the hunt.
He's ready.
I'm hunting a nature's prophet, he says. Is he going to TP over here, put some more trees down?
And the rest of Tundra, they're heading up to the north.
Meanwhile, Soxa, uh-oh.
Throws it out the hammer.
Oh, is he going to get away? Dude, he can't get away with this.
Wait, but they spotted him. Arteezy, did they get him?
Oh, he wasn't looking.
Up top? Oh, they found him! Oh, he was microwaving.
Yeah, Soxa was trying to go for the ulti up top as well. Oh, 4-step back, can you imagine?
What? Yo! This guy's so good!
I actually can't believe you survived that.
God, oh! Arteezy's Nature's Prophet gets caught up top. They get out on Soxa on the Dawnbreaker. And Tundra have completely turned it around this game number 2. They just find a random stun on a Nightfall. 3-3's there, link up, looking for a chase down, but I don't know if they have enough damage for him. Instead, they turn their sights on the Fly, dies before Grave can come out, now pulls back in. The Void Spirit, the Bloodthorn is strong, 4 are dead. Tundra putting out a statement here.
I feel like this is one of these games where I'm finally seeing like the raw power of Razor, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It came out, it looks good. Skitter had an excellent game. He got a little bit of extra scaling compared to most of the Razors that we've run into by getting this Mask of Madness.
And Tundra, I mean, they're saying going for tier 4 towers. Buy back if you dare. They still have that Aegis 30 seconds left on Razor, feared by the DP. Turn now on to 33. Aegis expiring, but not before too long, and they turn their sights, find Abed, get the kill there. I think that's it, unless Nightfall can do a miracle, and he will fall. GG is called. Who freaking needs to go late game? Tundra takes it.
And I got to give some appreciation to 9 as well by skipping over that BKB, going straight for the raw damage as well. The whole team sort of going into that philosophy.
Oh, yeah.
They just got their kills. They just kept on chasing. They weren't scared about defensive options not being there, and they absolutely crushed it in this one.
I heard some loud noises over there.
Someone's yipping about maybe actually being there
some
this
Tundra
time.
fans.
Yeah, is that what they are?
Yeah, I think so.
Must be.